Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today is Monday the 3rd of August 2026. Happy new month. So I'm going to be starting off on the monthly time frame, analyzing the pound USD, the only currency pair that I trade. So looking at the monthly time frame, I can still see that this here is still the swing high, swing low. So sellers could still argue that we are in a downtrend because we do not really have a proper breakout of this particular swing point up here. But you can see with this channel that I've been having, we have been consolidating. We're currently in between the 78.6. No proper candles in my opinion, because you can see this particular bullish candle here that formed at the 1.319. It still did not have enough strength to push price upwards. But then again, with candles, I don't see like any selling pressure around here to also push price downwards. So you'll see when we get to the weekly time frame that this still here is a consolidation from almost a whole year, guys. Price has just been stuck around here. So I do think that a breakup a breakout is due soon. So let me go to the weekly time frame. But we can see that last month's candle, which was the July's candle, we did close bullish, but this bullish candle is still a bit far from, this key level of the 1.319. So it's not the most convincing, but I have been bullish, and I do think that when we get a breakout, that is, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, until then, let me go to the weekly time frame and you guys can see this consolidation that I'm talking about. So let me delete this and start again. So yeah, on the weekly time frame, this is what we've been having. Bullish candle bounces from here. I personally do really like this candle. Indecision candle followed by a bullish engulfing. I do think that there is a potential of price pushing even back out back to this channel over here, mainly because in terms of selling pressure, I'm still not seeing proper candles around this area here to confirm the selling. However, sellers could still defend this position and say that we are making lower highs. Is it lower highs? But also buyers can defend it and say that we're making higher highs, higher lows. So you can see at the end of the day, this is still a consolidation. We're squeezing we're squeezing in this type of symmetrical triangle. So if a breakout is due soon, if I measure it from here to here, you can see if at all we do break out to the bullish side, there is a potential of price coming all the way back to the top of this channel here. If we do break out to the bearish side, then price could come all the way back up to here. So until then, we'll just have to wait and see, because I'm still going to be team buy or team sell depending on what I get. However, if I'm just looking at it from what I would prefer, I would say we're still bullish. And you can see here, last week's candle also closed bullish engulfing with a little wick from down here. Not too bad, but I still do like the fact that price opened above the 1.334. So let's see, because I'm not really getting those candles, but let's see how this breakout goes, because it will be very interesting. So on the daily time frame, sorry, I have two trend lines, two whatevers. Yeah, so on the daily time frame here, you can see on Friday we closed with this this pin bar that has a very, very long wick. I do not like these type of candles at all, because they do not give me confirmation of any buys, simply because there could be a potential of price doing a little wick fill to fill up this area here, even come back up down to here or even here, and then we see what happens if at all we're breaking out or not. Because from what I can see from this particular daily time frame is that we had this impulsive move here. You can see we broke out of this area, did a little pullback. Some could say it's a pullback. I personally will say it's a pullback because I've been bullish, and then maybe we could have a potential of price breaking out, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But right now, I will not be shocked if price wants to come down a bit to maybe fill out this wick. On the DXY, there's also something interesting there, so we're going to go there shortly. Oh, and also guys, I will be doing something interesting in the same video, so watch it to the end. So yeah, you can see here, I'll not be shocked if price wants to do something tiny, and then we see what happens. But again, if we're going to be selling long term or however long, that's still okay. I only trade one currency pair and I look for 60 pips. If it's buying or selling, I'm gonna be in there if I get my confirmations from my trading plan. So yeah, anything else to point out? Oh yes, we are at the 1.35, very, very key. So you can see here, this is where that top type of trend line is intersecting. You can see here, this is also a key level as well. We're almost forming a bearish candle, so this is going to be a very sensitive area. And what I'm going to do is, let me just go to the 4-hour time frame. So in the 4 time frame, you can see it a bit better, the 1.35. I still do not have proper confirmation in terms of candles, simply because I don't really like this pin bar. So what I'm going to be doing is, I am not in a hurry to start selling this one here, because we have been in an uptrend. So I'm going to be waiting to see if at all maybe I can get another pattern, or maybe the daily candle close. I don't have to take take an entry today. If I don't get it, I'm still okay taking it maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'm just waiting. I'm going to be waiting for proper confirmations around this area here, just for some short-term sales. I won't be shocked if it wants to come all the way back down to this particular area here, the 1.34. And the main reason I have this particular 1.34 here and not here is because on the daily time frame, this particular level has been touched several times in a round number. So let me just go to the daily time frame again. Sorry. So you can see here we have a touch here, touch here, touch here, very clean touches here at the 1.34 flat, here January 2026, here 2025, here again. So that is why for me, whenever I mark support and resistance, it's very important for me to take them from the bigger time frames, because who knows, price can just decide to come around here, dilly-dally, and then we see what happens. But anyway, long story short, I'm not too interested in taking buys today. I'm gonna be honest. So the only time I'm going to be interested in taking a buy is if I have a breakout outside of this 1.35, because this level is going to be tricky. This one is going to be tricky. So I'd only be looking for a break and retest with a candle confirmation before pushing upwards. But until then, I think I am much better off waiting for a chart pattern of any sort, something like that. Or if I go on the 1 hour time frame, so let me just go on the 1 hour time frame quickly. So in the 1 hour time frame also saw a chart pattern. If maybe this trend line and this price wants to continue moving upwards, maybe a type of rejection around here, like a double top, maybe that could be interesting. Or a breakout of this trend line, of which a breakout would be much safer for me. But again, it just depends on how the charts are going to be forming, because right now I think we're in very crucial areas. And also when I go to the DXY, so I hope that is clear for me. I'm not interested in any buys today. That is my bias. I'd rather look for just short-term sells. And if I do get a bullish candle here, let's see, actually, just hold on. If I do get a bullish engulfing candle here of any kind, let's see if this TP, so this is not a trade that I can take, because it's quite close to a key level. But again, we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm not too interested. That's why I'm saying for today, I'd rather be patient and wait. It's not looking too good. And also when I go to the DXY, just starting off on the monthly time frame, I'm still going to remain bearish on the DXY, guys, simply because I don't see any proper confirmations over here to push price upwards. I do see the potential of price moving upwards even long term, but right now I'm just not convinced. These candles are not good. You can see we had an indecision, pin bar, very small candle here. So what I am predicting or forecasting is maybe price could even come back all the way back down to here where this level is, and then we see what happens. That's the 96.8. And the main reason I'm saying that is because when I go to the weekly time frame, we do have a type of double top situation here. Bearish engulfing candle last week, very, very heavy bearish pressure here. So again, that is why I will not be shocked if price wants to come to here and here. And if in case maybe you are new to this channel and you're wondering why I'm pointing at the 98.6, it's because when I take my fibs from this lowest swing point here to here, you can see that even if we are in an uptrend, if it does decide to do a type of pullback, this area here, 61.8 could be cool, 78.6 could be even better for me in my eyes, and it'll also be a completion of a double top situation if we have that. So then we'll see what happens. But guys, I'm going to be bearish on the DXY. I do see that the 100.15 level has rejected several times, and this for me is enough confirmation. Plus that candle, I do like this candle here. It's formed slightly far, but again, with the DXY, it's not always too clear, but I do like this. So currently we are consolidating here. We are at a level here. What's this level? The 99.7. When you go to the daily time frame, you'll see it's a key level here. There's a lot of there could be a lot of uncertainty around this level here, also because we do have a bounce off this channel that I had. So interesting times. I will not be shocked if price wants to do a little pullback, maybe back up to the 100.450, and that is why I'm also expecting a little bit of selling pressure, and then we see if we can continue with those sells all the way back to down here, or even down there that I've been pointing at from the monthly time frame. So let's go to the 4 hour time frame. Let's see. So that you can see here we're in the Badlands, guys. These levels here that I usually mark. So usually on Sunday I adjust my key levels, especially when it's a new month and the candle closed. So this level here, which is the 99.7, is the zone that I'm looking at, and you can see we do have a very long wick here. So price does have the potential of coming maybe back up to here before heading over downwards. And also when I take my fibs, let me take my fibs from here to here. Oof. Ooh. So you can see the 50% is lining up really nicely with 100.450. So if it does decide to do a deep pullback like that, that would be fine. That could also confirm my bias on GBPUSD. And you can see, guys, last week we dropped. I did see this sort of head and shoulder type of situation here. With it was very sharp, and usually with these head and shoulders, you have to really stay on the charts, because you can miss this move and it can move really, really fast. Head and shoulders are usually one of my favorite chart patterns, and that's what actually got me a profitable month last month. So yeah, speaking of that, I believe I have finished on the DXY. That is my bias. I won't be going to the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, so I'm just going to be observing what's going to be happening here. Again, this candle here is still in my zone, so I don't really like it as a confirmation candle. So let's see how it goes. But basically, that's just my simple analysis on the DXY for this one. Yeah, pressure over here, pressure from this trend line, pressure from the key level. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, speaking of the profits that I was able to make, wait, hold on. Let me go to the calendar and actually see what's going on today. So today is Monday the 3rd. We do have some news at 5 p.m. East African time, PMI. I'm usually not too worried about these news. I have not really seen them be too volatile when it comes to the pound USD. But then we're free on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I'm really hoping to get a setup around here, because with prop firms, with the prop firms, I don't want to be caught. You see the NFP is coming on Friday at 3:30 p.m. East African time. This one usually moves the market, and it can move it in whichever direction. So yeah, I'm hoping to really take advantage, because tricky times whenever there's red folder news. Anyway, so going on to what I want to do today. So today is my payout day, guys, with Alpha Capital. And because last month I did close with a bit of profit, I did do a July recap, which I will be linking in this video. So I actually do want to request my payout today so that I don't forget. I have had a situation where I've forgotten to request a payout, guys. And that day passed me, and I thought they'd give me like a leverage or whatever. But I mean, a day, sorry, that, anyway, let me focus. So here, my withdrawal amount, I think I have to go back to my dashboard and see. I think it was in a 2% profit or something. Last month it was in a bit of drawdown. I don't know if my internet is lagging. Yeah, so 450.80. So usually with Alpha Capital, it doesn't do, what is it called? It doesn't calculate the losses. I mean, the profit. You have to do like 80% of now the profit that I have, which is 450, and then that's what you now write whenever you go now to the payment info. So let me go to the payout and achievements. I'm going to use my phone here to calculate what is it called? 80% of 450. So that's a bit annoying. I wish it could do it, manually, automatically, like FTMO usually does it. But let me see. So calculator, and then I'm going to do 80% times 450 is 360. So yeah, this is my ID, which I think I will blur, and then I'm going to put 360, because 80% of 450 is 360. So they will be taking the other amount. Reason here, withdrawing my profits. It's what is it called? This particular situation here of the reason, just, I don't know. Please note, all open trades on account will be closed. And yeah. So click OK to continue. So let's see how long it will take. I will be updating this on my Instagram. So usually with Alpha Capital, my account is already linked to my bank account. I would like to use crypto, but I've been a bit lazy to connect to my Binance and this, but I will be doing it for the next one. I'm quite excited for this payout. Also, my FTMO, I believe my payout dates are quite close together, which I want to change, but I will be requesting also payout and FTMO, and maybe I might update it on Instagram, maybe I might not, who knows. But yeah, this one, because I've already done it on the internet, you can follow me on Instagram, and let's see how long it will take to, my account to be processed. I mean, the payout to be processed. So I think that is it. I don't know if they've sent me an email. Usually it's very, very quick on Alpha Capital, which is why I can't even really do like a long video of how to request, because it's usually the moment you make your account with Alpha Capital, even before the KYC or whatever, they'll still ask you for your payment method. So it will already be linked there. So yeah, it's not like FTMO, because FTMO, I know they'll ask me for an invoice and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So that one I'll just figure out by myself, and maybe I'll update that as well on my Instagram. But yeah, I'm very, very grateful for closing the July profitable. At least I've been able to get a payout. Let's see if it'll be approved. Let's see if it will be approved, but I don't think I've broken any rule. Hey guys, I'm telling you, I'm about to make a video on the type of account that I want to get next because it's a lot. So anyway, that is it. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day, and yeah, we'll see each other on Wednesday. Bye bye.